Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly. It's episode 146, and I am so glad that you're here today. Today, I'm talking to you about taking responsibility for your business. Some of you want to blame others or not think it's you that's the cause of things going on in your business. So today, we're going to talk about this, about you taking responsibility. If you are new here, welcome. I am so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt that it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you're starting a product business, maybe a boutique, or you make a product, or even a service business. Maybe it's local or online. You are in the right place. I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure you get plugged in. You need to hit subscribe or follow, whatever the button says, and whatever player you're listening to, Audible, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Apple, anything. Make sure you hit subscribe or follow so that you don't miss out on any future episodes. When you subscribe, all that means is it's going to notify you when I drop a new episode, or it's going to just put it at the top of your podcast list there so you can easily access it. So make sure you do that. Also, if you're new, I have a private Facebook group just for you. Yes, I do. It's so much fun. And I'm inviting you today to come in. All you have to do is click the link down below. You'll click it. It'll take you to our Facebook group. There'll be 3 quick questions that you answer. You do that and you'll get approved pretty quick and you can come on in. There's so many amazing women who would love to support you. You can ask questions, whatever you need to get help so that you can get your business started. And if you've been listening well, thank you so much for all the awesome reviews to all my loyal listeners. I wanted to read a review really quick and I saw this one and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know who this is. This one is from Sarah St. Clair. This is so sweet. Thank you so much, Sarah. I know who she is because she's been active in the Facebook group that I was just mentioning. She said, I'm so thankful that I clicked on this podcast and started listening. Kimberly is a wealth of knowledge and information, but more importantly, knows how to break it down for those of us who are just getting our feet wet in the business world. I was really overwhelmed with where to start and the details of a business plan, but Kimberly's 16-step checklist and podcast to answer my questions helped immensely. This podcast has given me the confidence I need to stop questioning if I was good enough to do this and just move forward. I already got my LLC and I'm launching my business. How awesome is this, Sarah? I have loved watching you and loved having you in the group. You're so much fun and so enthusiastic about your business. And I'm just so excited for you. So thank you so much for this awesome review. And I appreciate you taking the time to do that. If you've been listening a while and you've never taken time to just quickly rate this podcast. Usually in the players, it's got a 5-star rating or some type of rating. If you would do that for me really quick, that helps so much to tell all these podcast players that this podcast is actually valuable. And if you have 30 seconds to write a written review, it means the world to me. So thank you so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. How are you? How's your business? What's going on? I need to know ASAP. I need to know right now. I wish you could just tell me right now. Maybe you can. We'll use like mental telepathy over the internet. I love it. I am just so happy you're here. You can update me if you're in the Facebook group. We do the wins on Wednesdays. Post your win. I love to read those and see the progress that you've made. I love on Mondays, we do the Imperfect Action Mondays where you share what you're going to work on this week in your business. And then Thursdays, we do Thankful Thoughts on Thursdays. So it's just thoughts that you have, whether it be in your personal life or your business, whatever it is that you're thankful for, because it is proven that in our brain, it releases like endorphins and all these good chemicals when we take moments to be grateful for the things before us. So I'm so happy you're here. Today, I'm talking to you about taking responsibility for your business. And if you are going to get into entrepreneurship, if you are going to own a small business, the buck stops with you now. You have to realize that you have to take responsibility for things, for the good and the bad. You do. And you have to take responsibility for the choices that you make and own up to it and be okay with that. You are going to have to develop some thick skin as you run this business, because things are going to happen and things are not going to go right and things are going to be hard. And you're going to have to learn how to keep forging forward, even though, because you know that there's people out there waiting for you who love what you would offer, who would appreciate and value it, and you know you can make a difference in their lives. So it is up to you to take responsibility for what is going on in all ways so that you can be the best business owner that you can be. Now, I'm going to talk you through 3 different ways that you need to take responsibility, 3 different instances. There's many ways, but I think these were important to point out. So the first one is to realize that your business is a reflection of you. As much as we may want to separate our personal life and our business, I'm just going to tell you this right now. It all becomes intertwined. It becomes part of you. It's like another arm or a leg or something. It's another child. It is part of you. It represents you. You have to be your best self. Okay. And how do we get to be our best selves? Well, we take all the right steps. We make sure we're doing everything thoroughly. We are giving due diligence to everything so that we set our businesses up for success. But I want you to realize that your business every day, that when you interact with someone on your website, your Etsy store, on social, it is a reflection of you. And I told my Grow Getters this the other day in a live training, and I'm going to tell it to you too, okay? That your brand is not just your logos and your colors and your cute little website and your cute little packaging. Yes, that's great. So everyone take a deep breath and listen to this. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not around. I want you to think about that for a minute. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not around. As much as you think you're controlling your brand, you're actually not controlling how people perceive you. It is your job to show up authentically as yourself and be the most ethical business owner ever. I don't know if that's possible, but be the most authentic and ethical you that you can be, because it is a reflection of you. And in today's world, It's so ridiculous how people can write reviews and people can trash you. I've seen all sorts of stuff in other groups where like one customer was upset and left a horrible review and was like putting it all over social and just like hurting this girl so bad. And it just broke my heart. Now, we can't control that, but what we can control is how we handle things, how we carry ourselves, how we interact with clients and customers, how we interact with employees and everyone, and how we are. Okay? Because this is about your brand. This is a reflection of you. It really is. You're putting your heart and soul into this business. Am I right? And it is you. You're offering the product or the service, right? And so people are putting together an assumption about you and your business based on how they interact with you. This is kind of hard to explain, but it's just kind of like when you meet people, you kind of have a first impression. And then over time, people see that, oh yeah, my first impression was right or it was wrong. Right. And that's what people are assessing with us every day when they interact with businesses. A lot of us don't trust some businesses. So you have to realize people don't know you usually, and they're buying from you on trust and how you have presented yourself. So it is a reflection of you. You have to take responsibility for that and give your business due diligence and treat everyone with respect. Okay? So remember that. Take responsibility for everything that's going on because it's an extension of you. And this is important. Your reputation is important. Okay. Number 2, don't make other people responsible for the success of your business. And I'm going to say this. When you buy a course, you join a program, you get coaching, whatever you do, don't make that person responsible for the success of your business. You have to take responsibility for doing the work. So let me clarify what I'm saying here. So a lot of you will go into a program or buy a course or you'll hire a coach or you do something and you're like, they are going to be the one that is going to cause me to be successful. And you almost take the onus off you. You say, this person is going to do this for me. And what I want you to realize is no matter how much information you get from a course or a workshop or you attend an event or you hire a one-on-one coach or you're in a group coaching program or anything like that, realize that let's assume that that coach and whoever provided you the information is providing you legit information. It's a good business. You trust them. They are proven, etc. Okay, so we assume that the material is good. It is up to you to do the work and apply it so that it actually works instead of maybe half doing things, half paying attention, not really working hard, and then blaming the coach. Well, that was a bad program, or that was a bad course, or that coach was terrible, or that really wasn't what I needed. And I want you to reflect back on yourself and say, did I get in for the right reasons? Is this person who's teaching me this via a course or whatever, coaching, does this person have a proven record and is trustworthy and do you like them, right? And if they are, all of those things, then maybe you didn't put in the work. Maybe you didn't do it. You didn't take it seriously. Now, I realize there are courses and group programs and things that are not great. I realize that. But for many coaches that I know, their heart and soul is put into it, whether it be, as I said, of course, it doesn't matter what it is. But the onus is on you to do the work and take it seriously. Do not spend the money on any course, any audiobook, any workshop, any coaching, any group coaching program, any membership, anything, if you are not in it. If you are not in it to do the work, because the last thing that needs to happen is you to blame somebody else for not getting the results. You have to put in the work. things have to go wrong and right for you to start realizing that it actually can work. You have to get messy. You have to concentrate. You have to take time out of your normal day or your weekend, whatever it is. You have to put in the work. So take responsibility for the things that you commit to in order to grow your business. If you want to learn the secrets from someone else, if you want to get the path, don't blame the other person, assuming they're legit. Don't blame the teacher. Look in the mirror and say, did I really take this seriously? Because this is what I'm seeing with struggling business owners is they are buying a million courses or they're getting into programs and they're not really doing the work. They're just putting it up on the shelf as another book on their little home library, and they're not doing anything with it. You have to take responsibility for the starting of your business, for the launching of your business, and for the growth of your business. And if you decide to invest in something, whether it's $20, $30, $100, $1,000, $10,000, the onus is on you to put in the work and put in the time to think through the material that was given to you, and don't blame others. Okay? If you are doing your due diligence, you can confidently take responsibility and say, you know what? I didn't do the work, and that's probably why I'm not getting results. Something's not working, or I need to keep tweaking what this person taught me. Okay? Because I have seen other struggling new business owners buy into things, they don't do the work, and then they're trashing the person that they bought it from, which is so wrong, y'all. It is so wrong. Assuming that the person is legit and of good moral value and is teaching you things that they have learned or that they want to share, it is up to you to do the work. So take responsibility for yourself if things aren't working, to say, what resources have I had before me and have I been using them effectively? Whether it's free or it's paid. You have to take responsibility for the learning. You have to. We all have to. I have to. I've been in programs and coaching, and I've realized in certain things, I didn't apply myself. I didn't show up for the things, or I wasn't really all in it. And that's why I hadn't gotten results. But the ones where my head was in it, I committed to the work. I set aside time. I put it to work and tested it and maybe tweaked it and kept working until I got it right. Things worked. I took responsibility for that. So ask yourself, before you commit to anything, even just starting a business, am I able to take responsibility for the results of this? Am I able to commit to this? You have to do that, okay? So the first one was, remember that your business is a reflection of you, okay? Number 2, remember that if you commit to something, if you commit to learning, if you buy something, if you get something for free, that you don't put the responsibility on someone else for your success, that the onus is on you to take the information that is given to you and to really commit to learning it and soaking it in and applying it, okay? The third thing is not blaming anyone who works with you or for you for your results, okay? For example, if you have an employee or you get a VA, a virtual assistant, or you have someone helping you on the side, or you have an intern, you have one of your children working for you, you have a family member working for you, and they are not doing something correctly, the responsibility is on you. That's it. And why? Because you should be setting out clearly what they should be doing and the boundaries that they have. And if they are doing something incorrectly a lot of the time, then you need to reflect back. Do I have it all set out? Do I have a sticky note in front of them, or a list, or a pamphlet, or a binder, or a checklist, or something, a process for them to follow And if I don't, then the onus is on me and I need to do that. Now, if they are literally not following the rules, then they shouldn't be your employee. But you do need to step back as a business owner and say, am I making the process simple and the tasks that they need to do simple and clear? Because if you're vague, then they get to have their own freedom to do it their way, which may not be the way that you want. They are their own person. They're going to take their way. Now, I think you should also listen to what they are having to say. If they're saying, we could do this more effectively, maybe we should do this, we should not do this, definitely humble yourself and listen and take that to heart and adjust as needed. But my point to you is, don't blame employees or part-time workers or interns for bad work if you haven't explicitly shared what they should be doing and set boundaries for where they should be doing it, for how they should be doing it. I don't even know how to say it. Do y'all understand? Because I see business owners blaming others for things instead of realizing that the buck stops with them. And it's, well, did you explain it correctly? It's just like us with our kids, If one of your children comes home late at night at 12:15 instead of 12, you can't get mad at them if you said, you absolutely have to be home by 12 and we have to know it. You can't, that the onus was on you. You didn't set the boundary correctly because they are their own person and they are going to take the parameters and apply them the way they want. It is just like with kids. It's just like with you when you're shopping and you're on a budget. If you don't have a budget, how do you know when you're overspending? Right? You have boundaries for yourself in a lot of areas of life. Like you don't eat ice cream for breakfast all the time, maybe every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Same with your kids, same with your grandkids, same with your nieces and nephews, anyone in your life. We set parameters, boundaries, and expectations. That's what you have to do for people that you hire freelance, any kind of contractor, intern, anything. You better have a system and a process mapped out, because if you don't, they have free will. And that's great, but it may not be great for how your business has to be run. Okay? You have to take responsibility for the people that you hire and contract out. Okay? What I don't want to happen is you open your business and you're going, and then things start going wrong or bad or sideways or in a different direction, and you start blaming other people instead of realizing this is my gig. The buck stops here. What did I miss? What should I have done? And you adjust from there, and you realize that the buck stops with you. Another instance, which I didn't mention as 3, is like when people want returns and things like that. And sometimes they're like, I need to speak to a manager, and they're going to speak to you. And you have to have that confidence and way about you that is fair, but firm. And the buck stops with you, and you make the decision, take responsibility when something goes wrong with your clients as well, right? With your customers and clients. So again, let's review about the things that you need to take responsibility for. Number 1, take responsibility for everything because it's a reflection of you and even your family. Number 2, that you can't blame others that you seek out information from for your lack of results when you haven't given it due diligence and you haven't applied it and tweaked it. Okay? If you're going to choose to learn from others, which you should, because people have gone before you, they've made mistakes, they can save you a ton of time, which is what I do. Y'all know this, right? I help people like you start your businesses. I want you to learn from me. That's why I'm here. But you can't go and blame people like me for you not having success if you're not applying and doing the work. You cannot expect a quick fix. You have to know that this is a journey and you're constantly tweaking and adjusting, but you're taking the steps that people are giving you and the advice and the strategies and the tips, whether it be through a course, coaching program, anything like that, and you have to give it due diligence. Otherwise, you can only blame yourself. You cannot blame other people. Does that make sense? Number 3, Don't blame your employees, workers, freelancers, any whatever for things that go wrong in your business or that aren't right until you really reflect on how you shared the expectations. Did you give parameters? Did you share boundaries? Did you share an exact process? If you did not, it is on you to go back and do that. Take responsibility for your business. This is your time now to shine, to make a difference in this world, and own it, pun intended, own it, and get a grip on your future, because this is about you. This is your business, and it's about you doing what you love. I'm so excited for all of you. And I'm excited because I know that all of you listening are going to take responsibility for your business. Right? You are. And again, I'm inviting you into the Facebook group if you haven't been in there already. And if you're listening today and you're like, you know what, I need to get my business started, but I'm totally disorganized and I need a plan. Did you know that I have a mini business plan workshop that you can work on right now? You can get started immediately. Make sure you check out the link below. Get your plan working. I have a whole video workshop where I help you work through all the details of starting your boutique product or service business. And you'll just have everything all mapped out on one page. It's awesome. You have a 10,000 foot view and you're like, boom, I know now what I need to do. So that is it. Y'all have a great day. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.